Welcome, everybody. This is round 3, match 1 of the HLL IASP charity tournament. This round is between Tango and HLLPL and Tao. HLLPL has forfeited the match as they could not get 40 players, so this will be an automatic victory for Tango. This is part 2 of that match. We're fighting over Siegfried Line on Hurtgen Forest. I'm here with First Lieutenant Rob.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I will say that first match was super balanced. It was a very fun back and forth fight on the Scar, so definitely worth checking it out. I think both teams really brought their all, and I don't really suspect much change from both teams' strategies this round, as it was pretty much an equal back and forth.
Yeah, we've got a huge number of people getting into this transport truck in the south side of the American map. So they might have a little bit of an advantage getting onto that point. In my opinion, the key points to control on Siegfried Line, I want to say, is this farm that I'm showing now. You want to own this trench system here, which is basically the point, right? And I want to say you want to own near the river. I'm not really specific on that. I like the farm. I like the fact that I can get up on that hay bale with the machine gun on that and just mow people down as they're trying to advance up onto the point from the south side. But
Alright, so I'm going to be watching from the basically border, if you want to watch from the Scar.
Roger.
So what's challenging here is it really is only like one route in for the Axis side. So if you just start, I'm expecting to see a lot of artillery from HLLPL just hitting that one road in. Meanwhile, Siegfried Line, you got two avenues of entrance. So we actually see now that looks like HLLPL has a really quick jump on the point. They're actually way in front of HL Tango.
Man, and they've outran that already super quick.
Wow, that was quick. I was within a minute after going live, they got on the point. Wow. I think this is going to be a pretty dominant start for HLPL, as they use that all 12 spots in their transport truck to really have a commanding presence on point early.
Yeah, they've effectively pushed onto that point.
Yeah, really, HL Tango is a good minute and a half behind HLPL right now.
Man, Sir Azavi here is he's pushing up by himself onto the point. Not a lot behind him, unfortunately.
I think you're going to see a mass spawn on this garrison probably in about 20 seconds.
Oh, I don't think he's going to be able to actually use that garrison. They've marked, HLPL has marked that trench system for Artie. Yeah, as the Americans have pushed off the Siegfried Line and up on top of the hill. Because if you're the Americans, you want to control the top of the hill. You can't defend it from Siegfried because everybody will just pop up way too late for you.
Yeah, looks like we're gonna see a bit of an uphill battle this round from HL Tango to see what kind of counterattack they can launch on Siegfried.
Yeah, here we see Zuwar about to take out that and he took it out. He took out the transport truck that Tango was using. I don't know how many people were in that truck, but dang.
Meanwhile, we see it looks like the Tiger from HL Tango is going to be the first armor into the fight.
Oh, we got another truck taken out. I don't know whose truck was that.
That was another Tango vehicle.
That's just unfortunate. Getting your trucks taken out this early, especially the supply truck, hard to recover from a little bit. Especially because I don't know what the supply situation looks like for Tango. If they have any supplies near the point.
Yeah, it looks like Tango's trying to get garrison on the north side. On the Scar side of the point. But HLPL has a really commanding presence on Siegfried. just beaten Tango to the punch a little bit. And now it's just a matter of whether they're going to be able to push out and actually start putting pressure. I think it's awesome that Salient is actually in line in the objective. This is going to play to Tango's favor as they're able to actually push very aggressively while also playing some defense, which will kind of help consolidate their attack. It's always difficult when you're trying to defend the point far, far off from your defensive objective, or trying to defend the point that's far off from your offensive objective, as you do need so many of your forces to attack.
Yeah. You got pretty effective arty fire. And I really quickly want to say, if this is the first video you're watching of this tournament, all I gotta say is thank you to everybody who's participated. Together, we have raised $3,500 for the International Association of Suicide Prevention, and it really does mean a lot that we got as much as we did. It was completely unexpected, and we are very fortunate to have members in this community like yourselves. So thank you.
Well said. Meanwhile, we got two ATs coming in. Oh, and there it goes. Two ATs coming in on that Tiger. HL Tango's Tiger to the south seems to have been able to work it out.
Yeah. Man, I just hear this machine gunner just going off. Mito Grand just laying into somebody from where he's at. Looks like he's got an eye on that trench system by the river. It's all the way at the bottom of my screen.
Yeah, it looks like HL Tango's taking a wide flanking approach this round. They're not. It's like they do have a pretty wide spread, but most of their manpower is really trying to push that northern side.
Yeah.
Instead of trying to take on the front. I will say, I think Siegfried Line's a pretty tricky point to defend. You do coming in, like you mentioned earlier, coming in over the top of the hill, as it looks like HL Tango's starting to put more forces on that hillside, is a really good little strategic advantage.
Yeah. It's just you cannot defend Siegfried Line from the point as the Americans. You can as the Germans, but not as the Americans. You have to push off the point. Mainly because you're trying to shoot uphill at people, and it's just not going to work out because you're going to see them too late, and they know you're there. They could throw down grenades on top of you. It doesn't work. So, well, we talked about maps in the last match. What about guns, Russian guns you would like to see? And I don't want to hear the pop shot, and I don't want to hear the Mosin.
Oh man, I don't know. I'm not a big. I could care less about the guns. Like even as they add new weapons to Hell Loose, I'm kind of like I don't really. It doesn't really phase me. I'm pretty indifferent. Like they added the MG. They added the MG34, and I'm just like, okay. I don't really see there being a massive improvement or content generated from those kinds of weapon changes. Something like the satchel charge is pretty cool though.
Yeah. Well, what about anti-tank rifles? Let me throw that one out there because the Russians didn't really have like a rocket anti-tank solution. They had like I don't think it was a 50 cal. I think it was greater than that. But they just had massive rifles that could punch through armor.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't really know. I wasn't aware of the. I mean, traditionally during World War II, most of the anti-tank combat and the counter-tank destruction was actually just done by like pack cannons and AT guns as they are in Hell Loose. There was some recording of like Panzerfäustes from the German side being somewhat effective at taking out tanks. Especially, the big thing about taking out an armor with a Panzerfaust is just the logistical side. It's very cheap to have a Panzerfaust versus the economic cost of building a tank. Whereas if you look at like pack cannons and the armor piercing rounds that was required of them, they were a little more on the expensive side to be utilized, and yeah, so dollar for dollar taking those out for the tank is not as effective. Meanwhile, we see Hunter from 501 actually just solo kill a whole squad, going
Yeah,
Rambo in the forest.
He's pushing onto these
Oh
machine
no!
gunners. Oh, there he goes.
He met his match.
Got a looks like a Lux from the German side. I can't really
Panther.
tell if it's a Panther.
Panther.
I can't really tell from where I'm at.
Yeah. Are you're watching the Scar side?
Yeah, there just isn't a whole lot going on, it seems like. Everybody's really spread out. It's very long range firefights through the forest. So, all right, you don't care about the guns. What about the arty? What if the arty for the Russians, instead of being
rockets?
yes, they're more inaccurate than regular arty is, but you can fire them more quickly because they're rockets, and they have a cooldown timer once you fired all of them.
I'm kind of interested in this Panther versus 76 fight that's about to ensue. I think the 76 is probably about to murk this Panther. But they haven't noticed each other yet. Oh, there we go. First shots. Ricochet from the Panther. Good hit from the 76. Second shot's probably going to do the Panther in. Boom. Oh, it bounced. Good hit from the Panther, though. Oh, another bounce from the Panther. Panther hits... Oh, both are smoking. Hits mono y mono. Panther versus 76. 76 bounces a third time. Panther
Jeez.
makes
yeah,
a shot.
you just can't. You can't hit the side armor on that. That just.
Nah, that was a pretty fun fight to watch. Now, that might have been Sherman, but I'm almost positive it was a 76.
There isn't enough telltale signs from a distance to tell which is a 76 and which is a Sherman. And I realize it's the same chassis. It's just the barrel break is different.
Yeah.
But
Panthers and Tigers are a little easier to tell apart.
yeah. Do they got a Lux somewhere? Because I thought I heard some like rapid 20 mil fire.
Yeah, they have a Lux. They have a Panther and Lux working together, but this Lux might be in tough shape here in about 3
We got
seconds.
a bombing run coming in on the point itself, but doesn't look like it's going to be all that effective.
Yeah. And this Lux is about to have a really bad day as it takes one round to the side. The second round's probably gonna do him in. Oh, it bounced! Wow. The Lux bounces an AT rocket.
Dang. Alright, so you don't care about the Russian weapons. You don't care about the Russian artillery.
Well, meanwhile, we actually have a development as HL Tango's putting down their airhead in behind, and they successfully got their airhead in behind the Siegfried. Oh! Right as I said that, it got dropped. Wow. Never mind.
Komaro Skeets is kind of pushed in around them, is on the other side of the river, and is taking out a garrison that's there.
Ah, Lux is just taking a third shot.
What?
That Lux is muy sexy. A 4-shot! 18 round. Wow. That Lux is Superman.
So many shots.
That last shot, it didn't bounce either. It took it from the front and just ate it.
Oh, it's just running now. Like, it's got no choice. It's got to get out of there.
Yeah, it's like, peace.
On to hit a tree stump.
It should be fine, unless Wojtek can hit this shot, which would be awesome. Let's see it, Wojtek. What you got? Send it. One of the secondary driver on the Lux got out to repair right as artillery just blasted him. Unlucky.
It's just super unfortunate. I think the HLPL already is just gonna start pummeling that tank.
Yeah.
He's trying to get out of there.
Yeah. Meanwhile, this Panther Lux combo has done a pretty good job securing down at least one infantry-sized element from the HLLPL.
Yeah, and that Lux has gotten away to fight another day, it looks like.
It still remains really difficult, though, for HL Tango's infantry presence to really break in despite the armor command.
That's for sure.
So it looks like HL Tango had some action going from the Scar side, but PL's still able to kind of push him back, it looks like.
That's for sure. Coming in from the Scar side, but it looks like Copperfield is there to take out any OPs and stuff like that from behind. Very spread out battle here, though. Much more spread out than you would see on Carrington, for sure. Makes it hard to capture everything effectively.
Ooh, now we got artillery starting to land shells on the Panther. From HLPL.
Can it actually damage the Panther or no?
Yeah, but it has to be like a direct hit, which is not so easy to do.
I feel like you should be able to track them with arty. That's my opinion. You should be able to track vehicles with arty. We got a bombing run going over the Scar to try and take out this Tango advance.
Oh yeah, look at that. Siegfried line
Got
starts
one.
to fall.
Looks like it's gonna take. Yep, there goes another one. So
I really love how HL Tango's using this Panther Lux combo with infantry support to actually start to break in on the offensive. They're starting to gain pretty good ground. It's going to be interesting to see if they're able to wipe the outposts from the TAW. As 501BT Achilles kind of was able to get in behind the lines with really no one contesting him. So we might see a couple dropped OPs and maybe a garrison as he wiggles his way through the line.
that's for sure. We got a good push from Tango coming up the middle here. Looks like maybe this is a mistake, or maybe they've just lost too many people. Ton HLPL has kind of been pushed off the top of the hill there.
Meanwhile, I'm going to actually rotate real quick over to Salient as HLPL.
Oh, there's cap progress.
Yeah, I'll watch Salient if you want to keep on Siegfried.
I feel like we can watch both pretty easily because, hey.
This is where the game gets, HLO gets really difficult because now both teams are in good striking positions to assault on both points, and it's a matter of just pulling just enough guys to start capping without too many guys that are going to force you to lose that cap race. So it's a very delicate position as 501 from Tango is dug in pretty well around Salient. And man, is Salient a tough attack.
It really is. It's a hardened, entrenched position surrounded by nothing but black fields. So, and I feel like the American uniforms are a bit lighter in color than the German ones.
Yeah, Germans definitely have the uniform advantage. Seeing some more cap progress down on Siegfried.
It's kind of been this back and forth a little bit, but not as much as the first match. And HLPL has a pretty good push here onto Salient from the north side of it, but they've got Tango coming in behind that push.
And Tango has a nicely placed garrison up in behind that push, so it's going to be really hard for HLPL to maintain that strike. Which is, yeah, I'm always a big fan. I think you always want to push. You always want to have that front line. So what HLPL has done this round is they've actually created a front line that's in enemy territory, which is incredibly difficult to maintain, as all it takes is those really cheap, easy to place garrisons, one or two of them from the defending side, to just push a recon element or maybe a lone trooper or two to really just wipe all your progress.
This arty from HLPL has been brutal. They've been hitting this trench system, and they've taken out multiple people on several occasions. So some good work on the arty, just taking out people on this push. The Lux is now pushing back in right on top of... Oh, wait, that'd be friendly troops as it flips around after hitting a tree.
You know, I will say a good bombing run from HLPL might be enough just to break. There is no bombing run coverage, really. There's only one bunker, maybe two bunkers to hide in on Salient, so...
That's not true. There's plenty of places to hide on Salient from bombing run.
Oh, there's only two covered bunkers, maybe three. But right now, the direction that HLPL is coming from leaves the defending force actually very exposed. It's all the bunkers are actually on the far side.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
So, you know, if HLPL is able to get in an advantageous position, a quick little bombing run might be enough to get them in here, as HL Tango doesn't have a ton of map control right now around Salient. And this is where your offense can also play defense, as HLPL is getting some pretty good map control in and around that front line, that they might even want to think about sending a recon element or two to go swipe those garrisons.
This is pretty brutal. That Lux has gotten into a good position to overview the point. So we'll see here if he can actually, like, push into that point and take it.
Meanwhile, it looks like HL Tango's been able to successfully respond and regain map control as they wipe HLPL's only outposts on the northern flank. Critical development here, though, as some of HL... Oh, there we go, dropped one. HLPL has made it into the wire.
User joined your channel.
And they've got three people
User
in the
was
point.
moved out of your channel.
Who jumped into TeamSpeak? Because I have no idea who this is.
Oh, I got it. It was Gibbs.
Ah.
We should be... I'm gonna move it to a knock channel.
So...
with that, I'm gonna move us to a knock channel
User
real
was
quick.
moved to your channel.
There you go.
Ah, there we go.
Yeah, Gibbs was just looking to see if there's a match.
There is. There very much is.
As we fighting it out. So it looks like...
Yeah, it looks like HLPL has kind of snuffed Tango off the point a little bit here. We got a bombing run coming in from someone. And there goes the bombing run from Tango right across the point, which isn't going to help him a whole lot, unfortunately. It really needs to be a little bit to the east of that.
Yeah, meanwhile, we see HL Tango has regained control and pretty much snuffed out the entire HLPL push. And that's where I mean, like, if you try that flanking maneuver, you really got to capitalize on it, because it's borrowed time. Now, if you're able to build that front line and push in, that's a whole different story, because now you have that garrison advantage. You're not worried about your garrisons being locked out. You have more space that you can actually work with. And actually, HLPL has the front line, and they're actually pushing it pretty significantly, with the only really thing holding that flank is the Panther that's under heavy fire.
Yeah, but you know what? It's doing work.
Yeah, I foresee, I think TAW Curry might put it out of its misery here. Oh, two side shots and it's still up. Man, they must have greased the armor. The HL Tango guys must have greased up their armor before the fight. 4 side shots! Wow, and this Panther is still up.
Yeah, it looks like Curry's like, screw this, I'm going around.
Yeah. That is insane.
We got a good push from Tango. They've actually made it into the trench system on Siegfried.
And the Panthers just took a direct rocket from the rear and still is alive. Oh my god. And just bounced through. This Panther's taken 10 rockets in the last 3 minutes and is still alive. Although I think it's finally gone down as the last crewman jumped out.
Yeah, they're just getting swarmed right now.
Yeah, I think all the crewmen are dead, but oh, wow. That's insane that tank took so many hits. And it's finally been destroyed. But now HLPL has basically an uncontested maneuver to take that front line right into the point. Oh,
Yeah,
meanwhile, did you catch this airhead from HL Tango on the back line? It looks like...
I didn't notice it until now, but yeah, they've been able to push in from behind them. It looks like they'll be able to make up their way up that hill uncontested, unless Curry and Hoagie can get into position to shoot them from that farmhouse we were talking about earlier, as that is a pretty good position to actually view anybody pushing up that way.
Yeah, meanwhile, it looks like HLPL is not ready to send the attack. Most of their forces are falling back for the defensive, trying to respond to this airhead. Which I think is a great move. I think this is definitely a game that rewards defensive play. Like, trying to play aggressive offense, you have to be the one in the striking position. If the other team's in striking position on you, moving out of that cap zone does you no good. You just will lose that race.
I gotta say, this 76 or 75 up on the hill is just doing work. It's gotten into an elevated position in a clearing. It's looking right where that 76. It's looking right where that airhead is, and just pummeling it with HE.
Yeah, I foresee that this as Hoggy and Curry come in, I don't foresee these outposts and this push sustaining itself for much longer. I really enjoy watching both these teams. Their reaction to contact is amazing. Like, seeing both these teams. I think this is where the meta in HLL is right now, where you have to play a very conservative defensive play. At the moment you start to get pressure, or moment you feel like you lost map control on defense, you have to collapse in. You have to resecure it. And then once you have really good map control on defense, then and only then can you think about your attack. And both teams are really mastering that pace right now. You see HLPL's playing pretty conservative. They got neither, they had an opportunity to attack, but they've kind of held back.
Yeah.
Just making sure they can maintain their foothold on Siegfried. Meanwhile, that bombing run seemed to have not been able to make much space for HLPL. I will say right now, as far as map control, I really like the kind of map control that we're seeing from HLPL. They're controlling that top of the road, or the hill. They have really good control in between Siegfried line and salient point. That's where I would want the concentration of my force coming from. Like, force them to play defense up front.
Yeah, it seems like that, but Tango does have a good position that they keep pushing from on the side, which I'm surprised hasn't been taken out, because you have people like Machete, who is right on top of this constant spawn point that they've got there.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to last much longer, as we're seeing Hoagie and Blizdor PL getting in behind, and Peo. I think Tango's probably going to lose this airhead position pretty shortly.
Yeah, we seem like we're going to end up with another full match here, as we've reached the 1 hour mark now.
No.
A lot of smoke here. Looks like arty smoke all over the point. which I don't know if this is a graphical bug, but it seems to be like just hanging near the point and not. It doesn't look smoky. It looks like ground fog more than smoke.
Yeah.
This is good work on HLPL's part, repelling that attack. The remaining forces of HLP or of Tango have kind of been surrounded and are getting crushed out. However, the 76 on the hill might have a problem as BF 109 is working his way up the hill to take it out potentially.
And it looks like Tango still has one squad that's been able, even though HLPL has done everything they can to kind of snuff out that rear assault. Kudos to Cristulo for keeping his outposts up and alive and making it really being a thorn in their side, forcing at least 2 squad elements from HLPL to react to that rear attack. But right now, with HL Tango only having 2 outposts within striking distance on Siegfried, I think HLPL is winning the map control race, and I wouldn't be surprised if we start to see some really significant pressure from HLPL. But regardless, HLPL still has 2 Panthers to contend with defending the point, which is going to be another huge hurdle for them as they try to get across those.
Holy crap. Like, I don't know what it is, but Tango keeps spawning at the same spot, and HLPL keeps losing people in the same spot with Aslan, King of Narnia, just coming in and taking out Rav again.
So I think one thing HL Tango is doing particularly well this game is their armor play. HLPL is keeping their armor conservative, which makes a good amount of sense. They've been holding that safety line. But I think if HLPL is going to really be able to take salient, they're going to need that armor support, especially seeing both Panthers playing relatively conservatively, as even though as one Panther seems to be getting surrounded by AT. Just if you have that good infantry support, it makes it so impossibly difficult to get in. Ooh, big hit from Suwar on the HL Tango's Panther, and he's about to line up his second shot. We might see one Panther go down, and there it goes. Suwar, the only HLPL guy in a sea of HL Tango, was able to sneak in behind and get that Panther. It's the HL Tango infantry support was just a little bit behind, and that Panther was just a little too far forward.
Looks like one of the tanks is actually pushing across the river here. I can't quite see where it's at, but I know it's there somewhere.
Super exciting.
It looks like HLPL has kind of collapsed onto the point as 2 members of Tango have kind of made their way onto the point, but they're going to get taken out here shortly as they're getting surrounded here.
Yeah, I think we might actually see our first tie game of the tournament. I don't really foresee either side making a capture in this last 10 minutes.
Not with how it's been going thus far. It's been a bit of a back and forth. It seems like HLPL just can't seem to secure the sector and feel comfortable enough pushing up.
Meanwhile, though, HLPL's recon unit has managed to get in behind and take the garrison out on point. But with those only able to get the garrisons and both outposts still up, I don't think it's going to be enough for HLPL to mount an assault. And they also don't have any squads really in striking distance.
That's for sure. Yeah, I just keep hearing this machine guns go off and just start to mow people down constantly, it seems like.
Amazing.
This dead air is brought to you by a thank you. Thank you for participating in this tournament. Thank you for helping us raise money for this cause. Just thank you.
Fantastic. Yeah, I think we've seen that super even match. I think both teams are actually pretty content to just kind of let this one play itself out. I don't really see. Maybe HL Tango's starting to make a pretty big push with only one squad back on defense.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like they're starting to actually set up a front line as they make their way through the trench system that's on top of the hill. And Aslan's OP has been so close to being taken out on several occasions, and the fact that it's still there is very impressive. Like, it has not moved. It has been in this, like, it's been right next to this trench system in what is this, F7 keypad 5? It's just been there. There's a defend marker on it, but they've just been taking that point and been attacking from there.
Yep. Quickly, can I get a check on Copperfield to just make sure he's in bounds? Can you just look at your map by logging camp?
Yeah, he's in bounds.
Okay. Can you start to watch Salient and just keep an eye on those guys?
Yeah.
Just because I can't tell because I'm not in their team. I'm gonna go watch the attack at Siegfried. Since they're kind of getting on the line, we want to be making
You got
sure.
a big bombing run from Tango there.
You know, HL Tango might be able to put something together here in the next 5 minutes. They actually have pretty good overwhelming pressure coming in with armor support. And HLLPL doesn't seem to have much of an answer, although they do have Copperfield getting in behind to maybe swipe a few outposts.
We'll see here. I mean, Gaston 4 and Kevin T are kind of pushing on him. They know that he's there. He just took out Gaston. And he's dead. I think he was looking to take out that Panther, but that Panther's playing super conservatively, in my opinion. I think he can push up.
Yeah, but that's how you die as a Panther. Like, right now, all they need is him to stay alive and stay on defense. You don't need aggressive play. Unless they want to send it all in.
I didn't realize how close logging camp was to the actual, like, line. That's ridiculously close.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Yeah, HL Tango getting that front line, pushing in. I think we're starting to see HLPL maybe getting some cracks.
Yeah, it looks like Hunter XR has just been mowing down Copperfield and Stony, preventing them from really getting anywhere. I'm gonna head back to Siegfried because I don't think they're gonna be crossing the line. And I'll keep an eye on my map.
Meanwhile, we got armor support coming in.
Yeah, the Lux and the Panther are now pushing in.
Yep, that 76 might be the end of days for that. Oh, Lux is trying to get. Oh, there it goes.
Yep. It's like, oh shoot, gotta stop the engine.
It's like, oh boy, run away. So we got the 76 versus Panther rematch.
Yeah, 76 is not going in there in full force, but I don't think they know the 76 is there. If they knew the 76 was there, they wouldn't be playing like this.
I'm surprised.
Oh, there it goes.
I'm surprised we're not seeing cap progress.
How did that get taken out? Oh, there's another tank. There's a 76 that was behind the Panther. I didn't even see that one.
Gotta look at your map once in a while, brother.
Yep.
Very good effort from HL Tango, but it looks like HLPL has been able to respond.
Yeah. Oh, and there goes another tank. There goes 2 tanks. Everything's getting blown up at once.
Yeah. HL Tango Jig Squad is pretty commanding presence on Siegfried, but as we start to see the cap progress, oh boy, this is going to be a fun finish.
I don't think they're going to be able to hold that.
I think HLPL is going to be able to move them out here. Big battle right here is Christulu versus Glizdor. Whoever wins this gunfight, oh, that's a huge win, because if Christulu is able to get his OP back up on the point, which is what I'm sure he's waiting for, that might keep him in alive.
Yeah, we got a pretty good push from Tango here as they push their way down the point.
Nah, I mean, at this point, 3 minutes, I say all in. Risk it for the biscuit.
Yeah.
Oh, and there goes Christulo finally. So we see cap progress once again. Short-lived.
There's not enough manpower for a reinforce, and there's only 55 munitions left for HLPL. Plenty of oil, though. Plenty of oil. Yeah, it looks like Tango has taken the top of the hill, but it might be too little too late.
Minute 40, no cap progress. Yeah, I think you're gonna see this go. What an exciting finish.
This has been really good. I'm just overviewing the scores now.
And we will flip the finish. Another fun match.
Coming down to the last 40 seconds.
What a game.
HLPL has kind of just reestablished the line now, but this has been a really good game between the two matches. First tie of the whole thing, if it wasn't for the fact that HLPL couldn't field a full 40.
Yeah, what a great match. Alright, you want to flip the server in 10?
Yep.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and flip.